This is what tomorrow's trawlers will probably look like. The Lord Nelson, latest and largest of Britain's fishing vessels, with a gross tonnage of over 1,200, has another new feature. Her holds have deep freezing space. This means that the ship can go farther afield and stay longer at sea. But the average British trawler looks more like these craft in Grimsby harbour, with a tonnage of 500 or 600. Their voyages usually last 3 weeks. After that, the craft is serviced, repaired, and turned around in an average of 60 hours, for a ship in dock is a liability on the balance sheet. The women at home have plenty to do. From time immemorial, it's fallen to their deft fingers to weave the nets on which their men's income depends. "20 brawny men doing a tough job in the sea air. That's going to take some solid victuals, and the ship's husband, as the catering official is named, has seen to it that the vessel's got its complement of good red meat. Fuel for humans, fuel for engines too. Coal, of course, is out in these days of oil burning. The last sight of England, of home comforts and amusements for 3 long weeks. That's what this regular sight means to the 5,000 men who bring in Britain's deep-sea fish supplies as they head north. The trip up is no idle period. Every inch of net has to be gone over and checked. Family life is often a disrupted affair, but thanks to radio, the family, out of sight, knows it's not out of mind. On Mother's birthday, a telegram and a bunch of flowers come through to help make up for the empty chair. Far from home, home standards must still be kept up, and the roast beef of Old England is often a feature of the mess room in the midst of northern seas. Fresh bread daily is another amenity that cannot be dispensed with on board. Carving in a rolling ship is vastly different from in a city restaurant. Serving food in a force 8 gale would be quite a test of the most highly skilled waiter. Soon, the ship will be on the fringe of the best fishing, off the coast of Iceland, where the newly enforced 6-mile limit means a very narrow margin of permitted fishing waters. Up in these regions, the sun hardly sets at all in summer, but in winter, there are almost 24 hours of darkness. For 3 months in the year, trawler men live in the dark. When the actual fishing begins, they'll be lucky if they get 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Iceland isn't far off. This British gunboat is on constant patrol at the fishing limits in case of trouble with Icelandic authorities. Fog is still a menace, but less so in these days of radar. Now it's cleared. And up goes the basket, a sign to other shipping that the trawls are being lowered and the real business is starting. speed slackens off. The knocking out means they'll soon know if the catch is good. The skipper's given the signal to haul in. The mate undoes the knot, fastening the cod end. And out they tumble, alive, alive-o. Another catch safely on deck. In a good year, a deckhand working flat out may earn £1,000. A third hand, 1,500 to 1,700. But payment is on results. The men sign on for each voyage. It's a chancy job and certainly a real hard grind. As soon as they're inboard, the fish are gutted and washed before being stored in ice. The parts of a fish that are inedible to humans make a feast for the gulls who follow the ship all the way home in the hopes of extra pickings. Now the fishing is finished, and it's just a question of cleaning up the mess. There's more than one kind of mess to be cleared up. Since leaving port, nobody's bothered much about shaving, but as land and home draws near, off come the whiskers and the grime of work. All that remains for the seafarer is to tie up in time for the early morning market. Then the dry land workers take over. When they've landed the catch, they fillet the fish that's going to the freezers or factories. Nowadays, a lot of skinning and filleting is done by machines. Fish is boxed in ice before starting its land journey. These are haddocks, and the girls are getting them ready for smoking. Into the cabinets they go to get the rich gold colour and the tang of burning oak chips. Some fish goes by rail, some is rushed off to the big cities by lorry. In any case, you're never far from the sea in Britain, so it hasn't a vast distance to travel. Not many hours after it's caught, it'll be on the slabs. Something like half the catch is sold in chip shops. A skipper can expect to earn £5,000 a year. At the very top of the ladder, he may touch 10,000 in a very good year. So it's hardly surprising that when he gets home, he doesn't call for cod, salmon, or even haddock, but a nice juicy steak.